Hello everyone. This video will be about a brief introduction to 2021 IB Diploma Physics summative exams. As you may already know, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the IB has decided to change or remove some of the components in the final external examination in most of the subjects, and physics is one of them. So in physics exams this year, options papers have been fully removed, so this is paper 3. And these used to be taught at the end of the second year of the IB, so shouldn't really impact students as much in terms of their preparation. But the only unfortunate downside here is that students tended to score quite well in paper 3, especially for physics. So now that the paper 3 has been fully removed, while the number of marks for both paper 1 and 2 will stay the same, for both SL and HL, paper 1 will now take up 30% of the overall grade, and paper 2 will take up the 50% of the grade. And just to give you a general idea of grade boundaries for IB Physics, according to this report from May 2019 session, for both SL and HL, students had to achieve overall at least 65% or above to get a 7 in physics. And the grade boundary for a 7 seems quite low. However, in fact, considering the overall difficulty of physics papers, it isn't actually really easy to get a 7, so you may just want to keep that in mind. And here are some general tips for you when preparing for and revising IB Physics. First of all, you need to prioritize topics by need. And by this, I mean do not waste your time revising topics that you are already doing well in. So what I would recommend you is to color code each topic. So for example, for the topic that you are completely knowledgeable about, you may color code it as green. And for the topic that you partially understand, color code it as orange maybe. And for the topics that you have completely no idea about, then color code it as red. So go through the syllabus and you can focus on those red topics first and save the green ones for later. Secondly, maybe the most important thing is to practice past paper as much as possible. The third thing is to study mark scheme and the examiner's report. The examiner's report especially is full of detail and highlights those areas where students make mistakes or didn't understand. So read it, print it out, and make notes on the report. The next thing is that so everything that can be examined is in the syllabus. So that means you need to know every aspect of the syllabus, and just to avoid any unexpected surprises in the exam. So whenever you're studying or doing a past paper, always have the syllabus open next to you at the correct page. You should also know all the syllabus and their meanings in each topic. Last thing is that you should know all the formulas in your formula booklet so that you know when to apply what formula in exams. For paper 1 especially, since it is all about your theory knowledge, you need to memorize as much theory as possible. Most questions in paper 1 are easy sounding because they are multiple choice questions, but they're not actually. So you need to be careful with some tricky questions. And the last thing is doing past paper is particularly important for paper 1. So you should practice as many questions as possible because many questions actually overlap in several past papers in terms of having similar wording and style. So once you know how to tackle a particular type of questions in a particular topic, hopefully when you face a similar question in your actual exam, then you'll be able to immediately figure out what the answer is for that question just after reading the question, so you can save your time. For paper 2, Paper 2 is mostly about mathematical calculations, so yes, you need to practice those calculations. And here are some steps that you may want to take to practice the calculations. So first, you need to know all the quantities and all the numbers given in the question. And here, some might not be stated explicitly, so you need to read the question carefully. Second, try to think of any possible physical principles that can be related to the quantities and the thing that you're being asked to find in the question. And some typical examples of such principles include the conservation of energy, Newton's second law, and the mass and energy relationship. Third, using the principle that you found in step 2, make a use of those quantities in the question into an equation and try to solve it mathematically. Fourth, if you cannot solve the equation, then you may want to return to step 2 and try different principles. This is the end of this video. Thank you for watching this, and I wish you all good luck in your IB physics exams. Thank you.